senior Lincoln Robb. Thanks for watching Wildcat TV. Hi, I'm Kira Nelson, middle hitter. Thank you for watching Wildcat TV.
Hi, I'm Kaya Ellerton, libero. Thanks for watching Wildcat TV.
My name is Ava Jari, and thank you for watching Wildcat TV.
Hi, I'm Ava Hone, right side hitter. Thank you for watching Wildcat TV.
senior Lincoln Robb. Thanks for watching Wildcat TV.
Hi, I'm Kira Nelson, middle hitter. Thank you for watching Wildcat TV.
Hi, I'm Kaya Ellerton, libero. Thanks for watching Wildcat TV.
Hi, my name is Ava Jari, and thank you for watching Wildcat TV.
Hi, I'm Ava Hone, right side hitter. Thank you for watching Wildcat TV.
Hi, this is Aaron Hewitt, sophomore, and I...
It's a particular kind of joy when people come together. There's really nothing like it. And isn't it amazing, in that magic moment, how all the distance between us, all the obstacles, just disappear? Wherever, whenever, however. Connecting you to what matters most.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Where can you get surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance? At State Farm. I'm State Farm agent Matt McCormick, and I'm your one-stop shop in Rapid City for protecting your car and your stuff for surprisingly great rates. So stop looking around. Call me, State Farm agent Matt McCormick, for surprisingly great auto and renter's rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
How do we solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems? Our doctors and specialists collaborate, sharing their vast knowledge and Mayo Clinic's unique expertise. It's this working together that helps solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems. Monument Health, proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dylan Kessler today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
At Dakota Discount RV, our mission is to make your RV experience fun and easy by providing quality recreational vehicles, competitive pricing, and professional sales and service. We're proud to offer the finest names in RVs. Our big inventory of fifth wheels, travel trailers, and toy haulers allow us to save customers thousands of dollars compared to most dealers. Come see us at either of our two locations, 3330 East Mall Drive, Rapid City, or 11200 JB Road, exit 48, Somerset.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Custer High School Media's live coverage of the Custer Wildcats. My name is Tayton Vincent, and I'll be your announcer for tonight's broadcast here on our YouTube channel. Our producer, Alexa Winkler, and myself are proud to bring you this matchup as part of our ongoing commitment to showcase the dedication, talent, and hard work of our Custer High School athletes. Whether you're joining us from here in Custer, across the state of South Dakota, or tuning in from anywhere in the country, we're excited to have you along for the ride and would love to welcome you to the Custer Armory and Larry Luchin's court for tonight's Region 8A postseason volleyball match between the Custer Wildcats and the Hot Springs Bison. Get ready for a great night of competition, school spirit, and Wildcat pride. Let's go ahead and go through some information on our two squads. These two squads have already met 3 times this year. In the volleyball ranks, 2 squads that know each other well across the board in all sports. We're very competitive and close. Great matchups out here and always a fun one when you've got the Bison and the Wildcats playing. The Bison are the 5 seed in Region 8 with an 18-16 overall record with 41.324 seed points, while the Wildcats are 25-12 and come in as the 4 seed in the region and that's why they get to host. They had 41.7 seed points, and these two teams have played 3 times, as I said before. The first matchup between the two teams had the Wildcats winning 2-1. That was in the Custer tournament to start the season. Those matches were 25-23, 23-25 Hot Springs, and then 25-23 Custer. The second matchup, Custer swept the Bison 3-0, 25-19, 25-17, 25-22. That was in Custer. And the third matchup was in Hot Springs, where the Bison won 3-2. They won the first one 25-7, lost the second one to the Wildcats 25-19, then lost to the Wildcats 25-17. Then the Bison won 27-25, and the Bison won the last set 15-13. So as these two teams know each other quite well already on the volleyball court, it should be a fun one, and postseason volleyball is well underway as there are games all across the state of South Dakota happening tonight. I'll try and bring you some of those coverages there, and the winner of this game will take on the number 1 seed in the region, the St. Thomas More Cavaliers, who have earned themselves a bye for the first round of postseason. At this time, we're going to go have the national anthem. I'm going to step aside, and I'll be right back. All right, that was our national anthem. They're just being played over the speakers. So now we're going to go into some of the starting lineups for tonight's match. First, we'll go with the Hot Springs Bison. Starting for the Bison, number 2, a 5'7" freshman, Ella Haskvitz. Another starter for the Bison, number 3, a 5'2" senior libero, Ryan Heinert. Number 7, a 5'11" senior middle hitter, Kiana Lewis. Number 9, a 6' senior middle hitter, Ashlyn Elshier. Number 10, a 5'8" junior outside hitter, right side, Ariana Rooks. Number 12, a 5'7" freshman, setter, right side, Haley White. Number 13, Katie Schneider, a 5'7" senior right side hitter. So there are your starters for the Hot Springs Bison. For the Custer Wildcats, their starters tonight are number 1, Maddie Noble, a 5'5" junior defensive specialist. Number 3, Taylor Bush, a 5'9" junior middle hitter. Number 4, Genevieve Poper, a 5'7" junior defensive specialist. Number 5, Kylie Ellerton, a 5'5" senior defensive specialist. Number 12, Kira Nelson, a 5'10" senior middle hitter. Number 14, Rylan Lowe, a 5'10" junior setter. And rounding out the lineups tonight, number 21, Molly Frederick Medlin, a 5'8" sophomore outside hitter. So there you have it, folks, the 2 starting lineups for the squads for tonight's game. The libero for Hot Springs is going to be number 3, Ryan Heinert. And for the Wildcats will be number 5, Kylie Ellerton. Wildcats have a little bit different rotation for tonight's matchup. The officials sorting just to make sure they've got it figured out there and they're in the right location. So looks like they've got them sorted out. Should be a fun one tonight, folks. I'm looking forward to it. I love the postseason time as anything can happen. You've prepared all season long, both teams working, improving, trying to get to this point of the year. And I always tell squads that it is 0-0 for your record tonight to get things started off in this postseason, as there will be some upsets tonight, I am sure, across the state, as teams are looking to get to that SODAC 16. Again, I know there's already one squad that's won tonight, Aberdeen Roncalli, with all those other games that are going on. That's in the northeastern corner of South Dakota there. I believe it was in Aberdeen. They were the first squad to win tonight and move on. They were the 2 seed in their region. The number 1 seed grew up in the area, had to bye. So the games are well underway. And here we are, number 12, Haley White, to bring us the first serve of the night. Received by Noble. Ellerton sends it to Frederick. Good reception by the Bison. That's Haskvitz who swings. A good save by Molly. Wildcats just have to push it over. Set to Elshier. Big by Ellerton, overpass. Big by Lowe. Lowe just with a little dump and finds an open spot in the middle of the floor. And Lowe scores the first point of the night on the 2 squads. I'll do my best here tonight to bring you some stats. It's just myself up here running them, but I'll do my best to bring you those unofficial stats throughout the night. So Lowe brings us the second serve. Elshier hits it along the net, and it falls to the floor. Looks like both teams have great student sections tonight. That should be fun. We'll see who can bring their squad a little bit more energy. Quick set to Nelson. Nelson hits it off the side of Ariana Rix's head, and Nelson gets herself into the kill column early on. Nice quick set there from Lowe to Nelson in the middle of the court. As Wildcats jump out to a quick 3-0 lead. Elshier, another touch for the Bison. Molly Frederick Medlin, long signal from the line judges is out. Tonight you can see that we have 4 officials as the line judges become more and more important, and throughout the postseason they include more of the officials at that task instead of the hometown locals that do a lot of those games. We do appreciate all those people that do that throughout the year. This is Ella Haskvitz to bring us another one as the Bison have scored 2 in a row. Nelson with the push deep. Heiner received it. Good save there by Hone. Lowe with the dump, catches the net. The Bison dig it out. See if the Wildcats can get a set up to Molly Frederick. Long. There's an in the net called though on number 13 for the Bison, so the point will go to the Wildcats. The Wildcats are going to have Madeline Baker subbing in for Genevieve Poper. Molly Frederick Medlin back to serve. Received by Haskvitz. Quick set to Elshier. Dig by Ellerton. Hone on the attack from the right side. Just long off the back line. Point to the Bison. Serving for the Bison will be number 9, Ashlyn Elshier. Quick set to the middle, Nelson. Good dig there by White. On the attack for the Bison was Katie Schneider. Coming up with that kill off the arms of the outstretched Ellerton. Elshier bring another one. Ellerton on the receive. Set to Baker. Baker with a little bit of a miss hit. It finds the floor though. I thought maybe a pancake there from Haskvitz, but The official said it hit the floor. Point to the Wildcats. Nice swing there from Baker. Missed time just a little bit, but that off-timing swing paid off for the Wildcats. Nelson serve into the net. So point will go back to the Bison. Things are knotted up here. Coming in for the Bison is number 4, Abby Simons. And she'll be back to serve. Quick set middle to Bush. Taylor Bush gets herself into the kill column. Nice quick set there from Lowe to Bush. And Bush was all over the top of that one as the Bison were unable to set up a block in the middle. Home serve falls short. Point to Hot Springs. Coming in for the Wildcats, number 1, Maddie Noble, in to replace Ava Hone. For the Bison, coming on to serve is Olivia LeGrand. We always love to hear where you're listening from, so if you'd like to drop a comment in the comment section, we'd love to hear where you're at and tuning in. This is Baker. Good receive by LeGrand. Haskevitz swings. Good block set up there by the Wildcats and just saving it to return it over there. That was Bush that got her hand set up. Net violation on Bush. Well, that one had fallen to the floor from Kiana Lewis. Outside to Baker. Good dig there by Heinert. Free ball coming to the Wildcats. Baker swings again. Haskevitz. Good block by Lowe, keeping it on the Bison side. Haskevitz just touches it. It's a little short and falls to the floor. Point to Custer. Coming in for the Wildcats, number 4, Genevieve Poper, back to serve. Poper is well into the 30 aces on the year. Nice serve there from Poper. Lowe tries to slam that one down, but good play there by White. Bush tries to push it down the net. It hangs out on the Wildcat side, and the lift is called. Point back to the Bison. Ryan Heinert is back to serve. Noble on the receive. Frederick Medlin. Good swing. The Bison almost have a miscommunication there, but they're able to send it over. You're going to see a lot of these things. Good touch block there by Elshier. Haskevitz. Noble on a dig. Molly Frederick Medlin can't quite push that one over for the Wildcats, so the Bison are going to take the 2-point lead. Heinert again serving. Fredericks hit a little long. Another point to the Bison. Poper on the receive. Quick set to Bush. Nice dig by Haskevitz. Haskevitz will swing. She hits that one into the net. Good block set up there by Bush. But that one just caught the top of the net and fell to the floor. Back to serve for the Wildcats, number 5, Kylie Ellerton, the senior libero. Good save by Noble. Nice volley here. Coming both ways. No one's really been able to set up a hit. There's the first one. We've got in the net called on Kira Nelson. She got a piece of that block, but also a piece of the net as Elshier was swinging. Most of the Bison points have come off of Wildcat hitting errors or errors that way. It's only a couple of kills in the kill column for them. Molly Frederick gets a nice hitting cross court. A tip coming over to the Wildcats. Lowe has to push it down the net. Haskett swings. A good touch block there. Good catch by the official. The upper official caught an elbow on a little lift there. She just tried to react as Poper's dig came in her direction. She just tried to pop a hand there, but got a little too much of it. So another error there for the Wildcats. That serve coming from Haley White comes up short. Point back to the Wildcats as Rylan Lowe goes back to serve, and Ava Holm comes back on for Maddie Noble. That serve from Lowe goes long off the back line. That'll allow Haskets to go back to serve and bring back on Ariana Rooks, the 5'8" junior. Quick set to Nelson. Nelson towards the block and gets that point for the Wildcats. So Molly Frederick will be back to serve. Baker on for Poper. Molly serve nice. That one is a receiving error on Haskets there, so nice serve from Molly. Another one coming from Molly. Quick set to Elshear. Wildcats just have to save it and get it over. They do. A back set to Schneider. Baker swinging away for the Wildcats. That's Rooks. Rooks finds a nice little spot over the block there for the Bison and gets herself into the kill column. Nice play there by Ariana Rooks. Ashlyn Elshear to serve for Hot Springs. Nice serve by Ashlyn. Found that gap right in the middle of the Wildcat defense there. So Ashlyn will bring us another one as the Bison are up by 4. The Wildcats head coach Jill Hohn is going to take a timeout here. And with that timeout, I'm going to step aside for a minute break, and we'll be right back to bring you this Region 8A volleyball action.
Up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
Welcome back to action here, folks. I'm Tate and Vincent bringing you this broadcast along with my producer up above, Alexa Winkler. We currently have the Bison leading by 5 following the Wildcat timeout. Ashlyn Elshear to bring us a serve, and that one is an ace there for Ashlyn Elshear. The Wildcats' energy definitely down at the current moment. They need to find a couple here, and there's one from Kira Nelson. There's no block looking to be set up there in the middle with these clicks coming from the Wildcats. By the Bison, they've just been a little late. Nice to see Kira Nelson coming out swinging now. Her serve just long off the back line. So Abby Simons will come in for the Bison. And she'll be back to serve. Simons serve. Baker on the attack for the Wildcats. There was a good block set up there by the Bison, which allowed the back row to get into position. Baker with another swing. Good dig by Haskvitz. Outside to Rooks. Rooks goes down the line, just inside. Great spot there by Ariana Rooks. Great choice by her to go down the line on that. The communication that squads have to have out there always amazes me. I'm trying to call out and make those quick decisions on where to go, or if the coach has already called it out. Just all those scouting things that happen in the postseason. And Rooks just unable to get to that serve as it went to her outside, her offhand shoulder. So she just tried to punch it back and it fell to the floor. In for the Wildcats, number 11, Riley Messer. And back to serve, number 1, Maddie Noble. Received by Heinert. Nice spot by Kiana Lewis to just tip that one right to the middle. A little off speed coming from Lewis. Good choice there by the senior. In to serve is Olivia LeGrand. LeGrand finds an ace, and we will have the second timeout coming from Jill Hohen and the Custer Wildcats. This time we'll talk about one of the other games in the area here is the Hill City versus Lee Deadwood game. Hill City currently leads that one 16-11 on the last update that I saw. Other action in this region is break. We'll be right back to Wildcat Volleyball. All right, we're right back in action. LeGrand brought us that. Bush with a push down. Good dig by Haskett. She's been all over the place. Good touch there by the Wildcats. Low pushes along the net. Good save there by White. Haskett's on another attack. Low with the quick set to Bush. Bush tips it to the far side. Haskett's again with the save. Good save there by the Bison as a squad. Baker swings away. Good block set up by Lewis. Great volley coming from these two squads. Bush gets on top of that one. It hits Heinert and falls to the floor. So Taylor Bush finds her second kill. And in for the Wildcats to serve comes Genevieve Poper. Poper, kind of that serving specialist, I've come to call her for the squad. We'll see if she can put together a little run here and get the Wildcats a little momentum. Great serve on the first one. That one's mishandled there by Heinert and falls to the floor. So there's one for Poper. Can she repeat another? The Bison fans bringing on some cheers there. Another serve from Poper, mishandled by the Bison. So Wildcats string together a second one from Poper. Here comes Poper's serve, right down the line, received by LeGrand. We're going to have a free ball coming to the Wildcats. See if the Wildcats can capitalize. Outside to Messer. Good save by the Bison. Tip came from Haskvitz. Messer at the left-hand push. Good catch there. That push caught the top of the net and ends up being 4 hits as it stayed on the Wildcats side. Good block, though, set up by the Bison. Messer needed just a little bit more to get it over there, so back to serve is Ryan Heinert. Great serve there by Heinert. That'll take the Bison to 23. Bison leading by 7. Wildcats hopefully can get a little bit of momentum here to finish out set number 1 to carry over into set number 2. A lot of times that's what ends up happening as Messer's attack bounces off a couple of Bison, hits the official up there for a Wildcat point. Kylie Ellerton serving. Her serve just misses the back line, so this will be the first set point for the Bison. In for the Bison comes Katie Schneider. Back to serve, Haley White. Haley White with the chance to finish out set number 1. Received by Poper. Quick set to Nelson. Nelson with the push. Haskowitz gets a chance here. She swings away. It's touched at the net by Lowe. So the Bison are going to win the first one, 25-17. And that first set there for the Bison, Ariana Rooks led the way with 2 kills, while Ashlyn Elshier had 2 aces. As for the Wildcats, Bush had 2 kills, Nelson with 3, and Molly Frederick Medlin with 1 ace. So a little bit of stats there is we're going to have the set break here in a couple of minutes. I'm going to take about a minute break and then come back and relay some of the scores if I find anything across the state.
This Veterans Day, we pause to honor the brave men and women who have served our country with courage and sacrifice. In recognition of their service, Rosenberg Implement will be closed on Veterans Day. We are proud to live and work in the communities our veterans helped protect. From all of us at Rosenberg Implement, thank you for your service, your sacrifice, and your dedication to our freedom.
Welcome to Bowie Foods at Al's Oasis Plaza. My great-grandfather, Gus Bowie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Bowie, the president of Bowie Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find everything you need for your family. You'll save money, and I promise you're going to enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota owned, family owned, Bowie Foods.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety.
All right, welcome back to action here in Custer, South Dakota at Larry Luchin's Court in the Custer Armory for the Hot Springs Bison versus the Custer Wildcats. The Bison lead 1-0. Other action across the state of South Dakota in Class A. Region 1 there, Aberdeen Roncalli won 3-0. Webster leading Sisseton 2-0. In Region 2, Great Plains Lutheran up 1-0. Hamlin up 1-0. Region 3 action, Tri-Valley up on Madison. Baltic up 1-0 on Garrettson. West Central up 1-0 on Flandreau. Moving over to Region 4 action, Canton down 1 to Elk Point Jefferson. Sioux Falls Christian leading Vermilion 1-0. Lennox beating Beersford 1-0. In Region 5, Bonhomme and Mount Vernon Plankinton currently playing. Parker Marion up 1-0 on Hanson. In Region 6, Chamberlain up 1-0 on Crow Creek. Mulbridge Pollock up 1-0 over Stanley County. Platte Geddes won 3-0 over Shining Eagle Butte. In Region 7, Todd County up 1 on Mapialuta. And in Region 8, Hill City won the first set over Lead Deadwood as Rapid City Christian takes on Belle Fourche. Lowe's bringing us the first serve here in set 2. Elshier swung away on that. Lowe kind of wins the battle at the net to push it over. Ball hits the ceiling. Free ball to the Wildcats. Quick set to Nelson. Elshier gets a hand on it. Haskowitz with the push. Good spot by Ellerton. Outside to Frederick. She tries to push it across in Haskowitz's way. Good volley coming here on point number 1. Hone almost finds its way to the floor. Just a little mishandle there by White, so the Wildcats will score the first one of set number 2. Nice thing about volleyball, if you lose that first set, like the Wildcats did, you get a chance to reset, kind of regroup, and see what energy you can bring in set number 2. We've got a back set coming to Rooks. Molly Frederick, good block there by Elshier. Frederick with another one. Frederick finds this one all the way to the floor for her first kill of the night here in set number 2. Elshier. Good dig there by Poper. Hone on the attack. Good block again from the Bison. Good push spot by the senior Nelson. Haskvitz swinging. Good dig by our libero. Good action coming both way. It gets harder and harder for that ball to go all the way down to the floor in the postseason as these squads have got some things figured out and worked out. That is Elshier who's going to come up with a kill right over the top of Lowe. Lowe thought that Ellerton was right behind her. Just a little miscommunication there, and she maybe should have taken it. But can't hang your head on that one as the next play's coming to us already on a serve from Ella Haskvitz. Haskvitz with an ace right in the middle, right on the purple line back there. Official all over that one. Great spot, line judge, good call. I could see it in from up top here. Of course, they're right on top of the line, so a lot of these, when I have no idea, we just look their direction. Out long on the second serve there from Haskvitz. Molly Frederick Medlin to serve for Custer. Good serve. That one hit the ceiling. We'll see. Good save by Heinert. Baker swings. Good touch blocked by the Bison. Rooks blocked by the Wildcats. I think that was Ava Hone on the block. That's who I'm going to credit it to. Looked like she got all of that one. Nelson was there beside her. Good energy so far from the Wildcats. Good spot again by Molly Frederick. Pushed by Rooks. Good pickup by Baker. Baker swinging for the Wildcats. She twirls the block. We'll see if it's saved by the Bison. It is, but it goes out of bounds. Great hustle there by the Hot Springs Bison. Absolutely love to see flying all over the court. Saved one right at the net off the touch block, and then Heinrich all the way across. Molly Frederick Medlin picks up an ace, bouncing off the net and falling to the floor. When those go your way, you're always excited and just feel like coaches take a little sigh of relief. Molly almost with another one. Rooks going down the line, long, off the back, no touch, out of bounds. The Wildcats up 5 early here in set number 2. Molly Frederick to bring another one. Rooks, another chance. Good block by Nelson to keep it on the Bison side. Good pick up there by Lowe. Baker swing. Good dig by Rooks. Back row attack from Haskvitz. Hits the net and falls to the floor. Another point. Wildcats, the Hot Springs Bison and Coach Tana White going to take a timeout and talk about things here early in set number 2 where the Wildcats lead 8-2. I'm Tate Vincent, and I'm going to step aside for a quick break along with these squads.
Coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Welcome back to action here in Custer for Region 8. The officials are talking to the Bison student section, just making sure that they're up off that floor as the volleyball players can go all the way out there to that bleacher and return it. The Wildcats students up standing on that first bleacher across the way. Great outing by both student sections. Ashley Elshier set was a little off. She chose to just kind of bump it. The official moved down and moved a couple more fans up there. I need to mark Elshier's kill, though, while I get distracted. And Elshier brought us that serve. A quick set to Nelson. Good spot there by Elshier. Okay, so that point there, it looked like it was 2 hits on the Wildcats as Baker just kind of touched it. The ball had hit the ceiling. The ceilings here in the Armory are a little short. And when the ball hits the ceiling on, in this case, the Bison side, but returns the play for Custer, it's out of bounds. So that's why the Wildcats got that last point. The serve there coming from Nelson went long. So the Bison are going to be back at the service line. They're going to have Abby Simons to bring us this serve. Simon serve received by Ellerton. Baker swings. Good hand there by White. White sets up Rooks. Rooks hits it into the net. Point, Custer. Madeline Baker replacing Ayla Hone. And Madeline Baker will go back. Or excuse me, Maddie Noble will go back to serve. Maddie and Maddie getting me mixed up there. That was Kiana Lewis swinging, and Taylor Bush got her hand on it. Baker goes down the line, no touch called, just out of bounds. A little left on the hit there from Baker. I thought maybe she'd catch the inside corner, but not quite. So point back to Hot Springs. LeGrand serving. Almost a miscommunication there by the Wildcats. Maddie Noble tried to swing on the back row attack instead of just pushing it over. One of those little mistakes in some of her action here, but got to bounce back and just shake her head and move on to the next one. Askvitz swings long. No sign of a touch at the net. Point to the Wildcats, and that brings Genevieve Poper, the serving specialist, back for Custer. Good aggressive serve from Poper. Haskowitz, big by Ellerton. Mishandled there, so a kill to Haskowitz. Ryan Heiner serving for the Bison. Received by Ellerton. Low sets Frederick. Good block there from Elshier. Quick set to Elshier. Little off. Good handle there by the Wildcats. Molly Frederick just doesn't quite get on top of that, and it goes long off the back line. Coach Hone talking to her a little bit just to make a little adjustment there. Molly nodding her head yes. Free ball coming to the Bison. Set by White to Elshier. Elshier on top of that. Big by Ellerton. Good push there from the Wildcats. Quick set to Bush. Bush just tips that out of Elshier's way, so Elshier can't just slam that home. A tip by Haskowitz finds the open spot along the far side of the court. The Bison within 2 now. Timeout. Custer and head coach Jill Holmes. So the Bison bouncing back after their early timeout to have a little bit of energy here heading into this one. I'm just going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back for some more Region 8A action.
Engel & Volkers is a trusted real estate advisor in the Black Hills. She brings precision, dedication, and clear communication to every transaction. Melissa focuses on service, not sales, always putting her clients first. She's also passionate about supporting local youth activities, helping to strengthen communities and build a brighter future for our kids. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, Melissa is here to guide you every step of the way. Stop in or call Melissa Christensen with Engel & Volkers today.
Things were a little different back in 1979, but at McKee Ford, our approach to customer service hasn't changed. We're a family-owned and operated dealership with a commitment to respect and integrity. See us on the Big Ford Corner or online at McKeeFord.com.
At McKee Ford, we've got it.
Ryan Heiner to serve for the Bison. The Bison trail the Wildcats 9-11. Great serve from Haskvitz. Mishandled by the Wildcats. Bison within one. Again, if you're listening from somewhere, we'd love to have you comment in the comment section. Let us know where you're listening from. We'll give you a shout out here on our stream. That ball hit the out of bounds flag there, or pole, right in front of the Uppo official. So out of bounds. This will bring Kylie Ellerton to serve. Haskvitz, good block by Nelson and Lowe. Nelson with the back set, just a push coming from Molly Frederick. She finds a great spot over there in Haskvitz's direction, and that ball falls to the floor for the Wildcats. Haskvitz. Noble on their dig. Official says that did not hit the arm of the Bison, and it is 4 touches on the Wildcats. Wildcats didn't complain, so must have been the right call. I wasn't looking in that direction because I did not see that. Good catch by the upper official there. And that is White on the serve. Hits Custer, goes over the net, and falls out of bounds on the Hot Springs side, so White will serve another one. Just an overpass by the Wildcats. Quick set to Nelson. Nelson pushes to the back corner, out of bounds. A little long. I see the St. Thomas More Cavaliers sitting over there on the left side of the screen, back behind that line judge over there, taking in, watching who their opponent will be in the next round. Quick set to Nelson. No touch there from Elshier at the net. 4 touches on the Wildcats again, and the Bison take the lead. A similar spot to last time that the Bison took the lead as well in set number 1. Wildcats looking a little flat energy-wise. Molly Frederick, Haskvitz receives it. She's going to swing away as well. Kept over by the Wildcats. That one was touched. Nelson, Elshier touches that. Hit spots both way. Frederick pushes it over. Haskvitz on an attack. Pope on a dig. Nelson pushes. Touched there by number 13, Katie Schneider. And the ball falls to the floor for the Bison. Just inside, right above that Larry Lucian's court logo. White with another serve. And great serve there by White again. White up to 2 aces. Elshier also with 2. And Haskvitz has 2 in this set. So 4 aces in this set from the Bison. That serve there from White falls short. So Wildcats will be serving. Back to serve Rylan Lowe. Ava Hone returned for the Wildcats. Elshier comes out swinging. Good touch by Nelson. Great hustle by Ellerton. Wildcats is unable to return that hit there from Elshier. Ella Haskvitz serving. Nelson in the middle for the Wildcats. We'll see the Bison's a great hustle there. They return it. Another chance for the Wildcats. Back set to Hone. Good dig by Heinert. Rooks. Good save by Hone. Molly Frederick just about. Free ball coming to the Wildcats. Another chance to set one up. They go back to Frederick. Catches the net. Rooks dives. Elshier along the net. Not in the net somehow. Quick dig, good spot, good save by Elshier. Excellent volley coming here. Elshier gets that, hone on it, and in the net is Elshier. That was quite a volley there for both sides. Great hustle both ways. Elshier a couple times, I don't know how she stayed out of the net on the first one, but on that one, she had her back to the net trying to tiptoe along the midline there, right at the net line, and just caught it on the backside. Molly Frederick Medlin serve long. Elshier to serve for Hot Springs. I think we have a lineup check here, just a rotation, trying to make sure the Wildcats are in the right locations. When you have a couple of new players out there, fresh lineups, some of those miscommunications can be crucial in a set like this, so they're just making sure that they're in the right spots. So good leadership there by our setter, Rylan Lowe, for the Wildcats, just making sure that they're in the right spots. Elshier's serve. Received by Frederick. Baker swings. Dug by Elshier. Set to Lewis. Ellerton receives a good push by Lowe. Rooks cross court. Dig Frederick. Baker into the net. Point. Hot Springs. Hot Springs up 4. Quick set to Nelson. Touched at the net by the Bison. Bison are unable to return it. Haskets had to lay out for that as the ball came hard. She looks like she's a little bit banged up, but was quick shaking it off. Good to see there. Dig by Nelson off of Rook's hit. Baker's long off the back line on that swing. Abby Simons will be your server for Hot Springs. Hone receives it, back set to Hone. Dig by Hot Springs. Haskvitz taps it over. Quick set to Bush. Dug by Haskvitz. Back row coming again by Haskvitz. Bush right at the net on the block, keeping it on the Bison side. Here comes a chance for the Wildcats. Another set to Bush. That was Lewis right at the net, keeping that there. Great volley coming again on this point. Baker gets a chance to swing. Good touch again by Lewis. Rooks swinging for the Bison. Great volley both ways. Couple extra plays. Baker just long. So Wildcats trail by 5 as head coach Jill Hone takes another timeout here in set number 2. I'm going to step aside, and at the set break, I'll bring you some other scores and updates from across the state of South Dakota.
Super Duty, Rangers, and Mavericks, all with up to $14,485 off MSRP.
See us on the Big Ford Corner or online at McKeeFord.com.
Great news! I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Contact me.
All right, welcome back to Region 8A action with the Custer Wildcats and Hot Springs Bison. The Hot Springs Bison leading 21-16 in set number 2, also leading 1-0. This is Simons serving. Miscommunication here by the Wildcats. point to Bison. Simons bringing us another serve. Allerton on the receive. Quick set to Bush. She pushes it. Saved by the Wildcats. Bison get a chance to swing. That is Ariana Rooks, who finds the inside line over there in front of the up official for another kill. Her and Ashton Elshier both at 3 apiece for the Bison. Bison up 23-16. Bush just tips it over. Point Wildcats. In to serve Maddie Noble. Make sure I get that one right this time. Noble's serve. Received by Heiner. Quick set to Lewis. Nice dig by Frederick Medlin. Baker gets a hold of that. It's blocked by Lewis. Like to see Baker swinging away on that play. This brings Olivia LeGrand back to serve for a chance at set number 2. Set point here. Free ball to the Bison. The Bison look to take advantage of that. Haskvitz, good touch by Lowe. Lowe just pushes it over. She's in the front row. Haskvitz on the outside a second time. Lowe keeps it over there. Lowe pushes to the back row. Heiner keeps it safe. Lowe with a just quick dig. Nobody quite getting able to swing. Here comes Haskvitz. Another touch by Lowe and Bush, but it falls to the floor for Haskvitz. She picks up her 3rd kill. 25-17, matching score to set number 1. The Bison take the second one as well. In Region 8A, other matchups, Rapid City Christian leads 2-0 on Belle Fourche. Hill City leading Lee Deadwood 2-0 as well. The winner of those 2 games will play each other in round 2 of regions in the SODAC qualifier. Region 7, I still just have Todd County up on my Pialuta. Chamberlain in Region 6 up 2-0 on Crow Creek. Mobridge Pollock up 2-0 on Stanley County, and Platte Geddes beat Shining Butte, so Platte Geddes has moved on. Miller with a bye in that region. In Region 5, Wagner and McCook Central Montrose both have byes. And in the 3-6 matchup, Parker Marion is up 2-0. For Region 4, Dakota Valley has the bye. The 4-seed Canton losing 2-0 to the number 5 seed Elk Point Jefferson. So Elk Point Jefferson looking to take on Dakota Valley there if they can win set 3. In the 2-7 matchup, Sioux Falls Christian up 2-0 on Vermilion. The 3-seed Lennox up 2-0 on Beersford. Region 3, number 4-5 matchup, Madison and Tri-Valley tied at 1. The winner will take on Del Rapids, the defending State A champs. Number 2, Baltic up 2-0 on number 7, Garrettson. Number 3, West Central up 2-0 on Flanger. Taking you to Region 2, the Clark Little Lake Cyclones have the bye. They'll be taking on the winner of Great Plains Lutheran and Elkton Lake Benton, who are both tied at 1 set apiece. Hamlin is up 2-0 on Dual. Sioux Valley is taking on Florence Henry in the 3-6 matchup. In Region 1, Groton area got the bye. Britton Hecla is playing Redfield. No scores reported there. Aberdeen Roncalli won 3-0, and Webster beat Sisseton 3-0. So Aberdeen Roncalli will take on Webster area. So there's your action for Class A across the state of South Dakota here so far tonight. As those first round matchups are underway, we also have Class B underway as well, and a lot of action going on all over the place. So action back here for the Bison. Haskvitz 3 kills, 2 aces. Elshier 3 kills, 2 aces. Ariana Rooks 3 kills. Haley White 2 aces. Katie Schneider with 2 kills. For the Wildcats, Bush has 3 kills. Nelson 3 kills. Molly Frederick Medlin 2 kills. Frederick Medlin also with 2 aces. Hone with a nice block. For the Bison block category, Keanu Lewis had a very nice block there in the last set. Haley White will bring us the first serve in set 3. Serve goes off. Poper's outstretched hands. Point Bison. This is Bison's first game or first set here where they have had the early lead or scored the first point. Quick set to Nelson. Ball returned there by Haskvitz. Molly Frederick, no touch signal, out of bounds long off the back line. Another point, Hot Springs. White serve, dig by Poper, dump by Lowe. Haskvitz swinging, blocked there by Nelson. Rylan Lowe back to serve for Custer. Miscommunication by the Bison. So point Wildcats. Rose serve, dug by Rooks. Alshear with the tip. Molly Frederick can't quite get to it. Haskvitz, dig by Ellerton. Quick set to the middle of Nelson. Nelson hits right into the block, and the lift is called on Rooks. Wildcats have a sub coming. This is Madeline Baker for Poper. Molly Frederick Medlin to serve. Dig by Haskvitz. Set coming to Schneider. Wildcats just have to send it over. Free ball to the Bison. Alshear swinging. In the net called on the Wildcats. Baker in the net. Alshear on some of those middle sets that are just off has maybe found the most success tonight, where she just makes a play and sticks an arm out and the ball comes over a little unorthodox. The Wildcats somehow get that one saved and sent over. That was Lewis who had to push for the Bison. Haskvitz gets there. Ball's returned. Wildcats send it right back over. Big block called out of bounds, though, on the Wildcats. So that was Ariana Rooks who tooled the block. Nelson with a quick set and the kill there over the middle. Those quick sets in the middle for the Wildcats have been working the best tonight from my perspective up here, as the Bison have not been setting up as many double blocks in the middle. Nelson with a nice serve. Overpass there by the Wildcats. Rooks swinging, big Nelson. Lowe sends it outside to Baker. Big by Hunter. I believe that's maybe dig 1,000 for her. Lowe pushes it just long. So I was just verifying there, 1,000 digs there for Ryan Heinert on that dig. Congratulations to Ryan Heinert of the Hot Springs Bison. Hit there did not touch the Wildcats. 4 touches on Hot Springs, so point back to the Wildcats. Coming in for the Wildcats is Maddie Noble. So Ryan Heinert, congratulations on Dig 1000. Set to Lewis. That one falls to the floor. Point Wildcats. So Wildcats knotted up at 6 apiece here in set number 3. Good serve from Noble. Good save by Ellerton. Free ball to the Bison. Lewis. Touched at the net by Baker and Bush. So Lewis tools the block, hits it off the fingertips of the Wildcats and picks up a kill. Olivia LeGrand will head to the serving line. Quick set to Bush over in the middle. That was Lewis that got a hand on it, but the ball falls to the floor, so Bush will pick up her 4th kill. Genevieve Poper to serve. Overpass from the Bison. Bush just has to tip it. Bush almost gets a hand on that attack from Haskvitz. Molly Frederick hits it. That was Lewis who kept it on the Wildcat side. Haskvitz swinging. Blocked by Lowe. Good return by the Bison. Quick set to Bush. She just stops, just has to touch it with her left hand. Outside to Haskvitz. Haskvitz with a little touch. Saved by Lowe. Molly Frederick tears the block and has another one fall to the floor for the Wildcats. Hill City currently leading 14-12 in set 3 over Lee Deadwood as Poper's serve goes long. The libero rotation happening for the Bison. Ashlyn Elshier on in the front. Heinert serving. Haskvitz on an attack. Coming cross court, finds just inside the line in front of the Wildcat bench there. Nice spot by Haskvitz. Bison regained the lead. The official talking to the Bison bench. Not entirely sure what he's saying there, as I couldn't hear, but I'm sure something they're just trying to clean up before they get too deep into the postseason. Here, some of those things, maybe they don't always do the best job of just cleaning up during the regular season, though, in my opinion. Molly Fredericks hit just long on the far side of the court, out of bounds. Haskvitz continuing to serve. Lowe tried to push it over, came up just short. Ball falls on the Wildcat side, point to the Bison. Heinert, another one. Received by Poper. Molly Frederick, cross court. The ball off the ceiling. Free ball coming back to the Wildcats. Quick set to the middle. Elshier there on the block. Set outside with Frederick. Dig by Heinert. Nice dig, Poper. Molly Fredericks catches the top of the net. That's 4 touches on the Wildcats. The Bison take the 4-point lead, and head coach Jill Hone for the Wildcats is going to talk things over here. And with her talking it over, I'm going to step aside for a quick break, and we'll be right back.
State Farm agent Scott Carlson to create your personal price plan today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
College is where ideas come to life, where you'll find your pack. And at Northern State University, you'll lead the pack. It's part of the Northern Experience, right here in Aberdeen, South Dakota. This is where the next generation of leaders thrive. Through world-class facilities, hands-on experiences, and generous scholarship opportunities to impact every part of who you're meant to be. Don't just earn a degree, shape your future and experience Northern.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tate Vincent, your announcer for tonight's matchup here, Region 8A matchup between the Bison and the Wildcats. Bison currently lead by 4 in set number 3, and they lead 2-0. Heinert, our server, just went over 1,000 digs a short while ago. Quick set to Bush. Bush swings away, misses just outside on the right side, the far side of the screen. Point, Bison again. Heinert continues. Heinert serve, long. So Wildcats here, this has kind of been in the last 2 sets where the Wildcats have gone flat and the Bison have been able to go on runs. Wildcats currently down by 4. We'll see if they can string a couple together. Ellerton with the serve, received by LeGrand. That was Haskvitz coming cross court down the net and picking up a kill. Katie Schneider coming in to replace Abby Simons. Back to serve number 12, Haley White. Ellerton on a dig. Nelson pushes it with their left hand. The Bison somehow save it. So Wildcats have another chance. Nelson swings away, dig by LeGrand. Quick set to Elshier, dig Ellerton. Frederick Medlin touches the net by Schneider. Off of Noble's head, the Wildcats somehow return it back to the Bison side. And Haskvitz finds a little gap for her 6th kill on the night, 3rd of set 3. That is an ace by Haley White. Found a gap right in the middle of the floor of the Wildcats. Wildcats trail by 7 in set 3. White hits it into the net. Wildcats score a point. Wildcats need a little bit of a run here. Trailing by 6, 16-10 in set number 3, down 2-0. Wildcats need a little bit of life here, a little run, something to get them going, hopefully back into the game if they want to extend this match. White sends it to Elshier. Dug by Poper. Back set to Hone. Hone on the attack. Heinrich's able to save it. She finds a little spot in the middle. Well, White finds a little spot in the middle of the Wildcat defenders. Ella Haskvitz serving. Hone on a push. Elshier swings over the middle towards the block and it falls to the floor. First kill of the night for Hot Springs. Hot Springs up by 8. Quick set to Nelson. Nelson with the left hand push. The Bison return it. Another touch to Nelson. Dig by White. Rooks with a little tap over the top. Molly Frederick Medlin hits the block and finds herself a kill. Molly Frederick Medlin back to serve. Baker in for Poper. Rook swinging, dig Frederick. Baker goes cross court. Bison save it. Quick set to Nelson. Nelson finds herself kill number 6. We'll see here. Wildcats a couple of points, still trail by 6. Need a couple more, a little bit of a run. Maybe put a little pressure on the Bison. Low is set to Nelson. Nelson, a great swing again. Brooks with a little tap. Finds the hole in the Wildcat defense and gets herself a kill. Ashlyn Elshier to the service line. Baker just passes it over to the Bison. Bison set up Rooks. Rooks with another little tap low there to save it. Home swings. Haskovitz saves one. Free ball, Wildcats to Nelson. Nelson with another. Nice hit there, Kira Nelson. And Nelson will head back to serve. Rooks hits it off the Wildcats' elbow. So she's got 3 kills here in set number 3. As the Bison lead by 7. Bison need 5 more to move on. Baker swings, saved by Haskell. She just puts 2 hands up in front of her face. Good save there by Ella. Home tries cross court, not quite there. Lewis in the net called on the Wildcats. That was number 3, Taylor Bush, just into the net. So Bison will pick up another. Abby Simons, your server. Baker, she finds her spot on that hit. Be nice if Baker could get going here and get hot in set number 3. Maddie Noble on to serve for Custer. A little miss hit there by Kiana Lewis into the net. Custer will score another one. And the Hill City Rangers did win 3-0 over in Hill City, so they'll move on to the next round. We have a rotation error on the Bison. So point to the Wildcats. Rapid City Christian and Hill City will play at Rapid City Christian in the next round. Of course, the winner of this game will take on St. Thomas More at St. Thomas More. A dump by White. She has not done that all game, but finds a point there for the Bison to get them right back on track. So Bison up by 6, 22-16. LeGrand to serve. Bush with a great hit. Finds the middle of the defense there and to the floor. Just a little tap, nice light in the middle of the floor there by Taylor Bush. Genevieve Poper to serve, the serving specialist for the Wildcats. Haskovitz. Nice hit there by Haskovitz. Molly Frederick Medlin hits it into the net for the Wildcats. Bison now 2 points away from moving on to round 2. Libero rotation, Heinert to serve, Elshier in for the Bison. Poper low just taps it over top. Elshier in the middle. Nice dig Poper. Molly Frederick catches the net and falls on the Wildcats side. This is set point, match point for the Bison. Heinert's serve returned by the Wildcats. A push from Ella Haskovitz to end the game. The Bison win 25-17 in set 3 as well, so the Bison will move on 3-0. Some stats from tonight's game. The 3 sets there were all 17-25, won by the Bison. Taylor Bush for the Wildcats had 5 kills. Madeline Baker had 2. Riley Menser 1. Kira Nelson had 7 with 1 block. Rylan Lowe had 1 kill. Molly Frederick Medlin had 4. And Molly Frederick had 2 aces, honed with a block. The Bison, Haskets had 7 kills, 2 aces. LeGrand with an ace. Kiana Lewis had 2 kills with 1 block. Ashlyn Elshier, 4 kills, 2 aces. Ariana Rooks, 6 kills. Haley White, 2 kills, 3 aces. And Katie Schneider with 2 kills. We appreciate everyone for tuning in on this one tonight. Best of luck to the Bison moving forward, as the Bison are going to take on the St. Thomas More Cavaliers in Region 8A action. Best of luck to all the other teams that are still alive and fighting for spots to move on and continue on in this postseason. Great play from the Wildcats this year. I've enjoyed getting to call the volleyball games for the girls. Tough to see. A big shout out to our seniors on the Custer Wildcats. Just our senior Ava Jari, our defensive specialist libero Kylie Ellerton, our outside hitter Lincoln Robb, our middle hitter Kira Nelson, our senior defensive specialist Callie Trump there, who came on late in the season, and our senior right side Ava Home. Those seniors, just best of luck moving forward into the other events and activities that they do. We appreciate everything that they've done for the Custer Wildcat volleyball program. And until next time, I'm Tate Vincent signing off here. Everyone have a wonderful night, and God bless you all.